Everyone.
Oh, sure.
By the way, your brother is in Brooklyn.
You want to share today? What's today?
Yesterday, and I'm sorry, Thursday.
The Babatrim was senior Ram deliver shear at the coin.
Your brother is
What?
Thank you. Thank you for calling. I appreciate it. You understood the message.
No way.
I want to see you.
Touch you.
I can make a
Koilan?
for me. Yeah, I can.
Good.
I don't know which coin I want.
That's our Kyle on Montgomery.
Who give the shield?
Rabbi Yazdala.
He looks so.
It's over 90.
Yeah, he's 90 years old.
90 years old.
He is the oldest
Can I know?
Ram.
No, he's 90. He's going to turn 91 after Shuas.
And he's shacked to the shield. Wow.
Right? Pretty good.
Wow. Nice they came to you to give a shield.
Yes, it was nice, yeah. The Mitzvah Hashem, I think we're gonna see each other again Wednesday because the Rav is preparing for the Chasana.
Then next week we are going to be maybe Sunday morning.
Someone else is giving.
Sunday morning.
I'm assuming Thursday night is not going to be a shir. That I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Oilam is going to be.
You're going to be in the wedding too, huh?
Yeah, where is the wedding again?
Jacques.
Okay.
He said it's 17, then it was Jacques.
Oh, okay.
What day is the wedding?
Where is it? What time?
Which page we are?
Which page are we? It's a good question. We are holding Simin Dalid. It's page Yud Aleph. Hilchos Hashkames Haboiker. We're holding Simin Dalid, which discusses Dinei Netilas Yadayim. Now, this is not Netilas Yadayim L'Sauda.
The morning.
Netilas Yadayim in the morning. Tiknu Chachamim Litel Yada B'Mayim B'Chol Shachar Chachamim or Misakin that we should wash our hands every morning. Olavarech and also to make the bracha al Netilas Yadayim. V'Hatam. The reason for this. Yesh Mefarshim. Some explain. Some Rishonim. Mishum Kriyishma Utfila Shal Shachris. Some say the reason for this is to purify our hands before we daven Shachris, and we're going to say Kriyishma and Shemon Esrei. Fi Sheidayim Askani Yishein. Our hands are always very busy. Omenastam Mishamshoy Meshina B'Mekoimis Hamutanafim Shebegufay Kameshizbar. Maybe when he's sleeping, his hands move around and touch himself in places that are covered usually. Dirty places. I will wash my hands in purity. And I will go around your Mizbeach Hashem to give sounds, fourth sounds of things. Before we give fourth sounds of things by Hashem's Mizbeach via davening, shall wash our hands. If someone does not have water, anything you could, you wipe your hands on something.
White.
The pasuk doesn't say you have to wash with water. You just have to have clean hands. Mikol Mokim, still in all, mitzvah water is the best option. And if you're within the distance of a mill of water, 2,000 amas of water ahead of you, even if you're traveling, ad mil, a person should go back, even backwards, up to a mill to get water before davening.
If he knows there's water there.
Right.
Yeah.
You make a bracha on this mitzvah, Kedash Baruch I'll call mitzvah shel divreihem, like any mitzvah which is midrabanan, you make a bracha. Aval Talmud Torah laskal Hashem shar brachis chutz mikish matfila in tzara lachser mayim. Someone, his hands are dirty and he needs to say a bracha or learn Torah. We don't tell you now go and find water. Wipe your hands, whatever you have in front of you. But when it comes to Kriyishma and Shachris, then we require you to go try to get water. You don't have water, wipe your hands on anything. Go like this, wipe your hands on something, get the dirt off your fingers. Maybe wipes. Maybe wipes is really like a form of water. It's wet. According to this opinion, Shachris is no different than Mincha Ma'ariv. Anytime you're davening before Hashem, it's not just a bracha or learning. It's a tefillah. You should also have to wash your hands. And you should also make a bracha. If your hands weren't clean and you washed your hands with water, you would have to make a bracha just like you do in the morning before mincha or before ma'ariv. We don't do that. Who does that? Who makes a bracha al Netilas Yadayim before mincha or before ma'ariv?
No.
You look around all of Klal Yisrael, all the various groups, and no one is noyig like this shita. This one.
Told me they have go do it. I've seen it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
Who
Told me they have grow.
used to make this done before Mincha and Maghrib?
Yeah.
And they make a bracha on it?
Yeah.
Do the briskers do it?
First time I hear that.
Yeah.
Hello? The minute, it's not the minig, and we only make a bracha in the morning. Now, why would that be the case? According to what we learned, there should be no differentiation in the shachris and chamayr. The takana was only in the morning. Not because you should wash your hands before davening,
Danger.
because then it wouldn't make a difference whether it's shachris and chamayr. What was the reason? The reason is brought in Zayir and Pasha Yeshiv. It's also mentioned in Gemara. Because there is a ruach hatuma that resides on a person's hands after the neshama left when you were sleeping. When the neshama leaves when you're sleeping, tuma comes and it comes on your hands. It's a Kabbalah thing. All the skadish, you should wash it. The skadish v'tushash shamakim baruch. Yizrikis mayim tehoidim min hakli. It's not just to wash your hands; it should be clean. It's not a physical dirtiness; it's a spiritual impurity. You need to have a keli to pour on it. It has its own method how you get rid of it. Kekoyin and makadish yodam min akir, like a koyin washes his hands from akir. Lekach tikum levarech. Asher kichanu.
No. Practically, the Kohanim in the morning, before they start any avoid the first thing they do, they go Makadosh Yadayim V'Raglayim. Before they enter in the Beis Hamikdash. First thing. Cholesterol question. Good.
Is he classes?
Go into this if somebody.
So really, I want to point out something. Seems I'm looking into it now a little more. There are actually three reasons. The Alter Rebbe threw in a third reason. First reason was washing your hands before tefillah.
Maybe you
Optimally with water. If you look for water, you don't find anything. And according to that svara, there's no difference between mincha, ma'ariv, and shachris.
Right.
And yeah, and however, l'maisa that's not the minig, because there is another sheet as to why we wash, based on the Zayir and also based on the Gemara. Because when the neshama leaves the guf at night, a ruach hatuma comes upon the hands, and you need to wash that off, and that's only in the morning. You don't need it the rest of the day. However, there's an additional reason why you should wash in the morning. He adds in here, Uli Skadesh B'Kedushasei, the line starts B'Kedushasei, Shamakim Baruch Hu.
No, he said also you might.
Kikoyin, Mekadesh and Mekir. It's a third reason.
No, but he said also you might touch something tome.
That was the first Inyan. The first Inyan is that anytime your hands are
You're sleeping, so you might touch something.
very passive. So in the morning, you will have to wash your hands.
And
Mincha
also-
Ma'ariv, if your hands are dirty, you would wash and make a bracha.
Right.
But if they're not, you don't have to. Even according to first opinion, there's a chiluk between Shachas and Mincha Ma'ariv. Dachers, we assume your hands are dirty. You don't know what went on when you were sleeping.
Right.
You know, your hands scratched, you touch yourself, you scratch and move your hands around while you're sleeping. So therefore, the morning, you always have to wash with a bracha. Mincha Ma'ariv, according to the first opinion, is only if you know your hands are dirty, then you have to wash them. If not, you don't have to wash them. But that's all the first shita. The Maaseh, we never make a bracha and wash our hands for Mincha Ma'ariv in the way we do in Shachas. Because we follow a different mahalach as to why we wash in the morning. And that reasoning only applies in the morning. Why? Because the Zohar and the Gemara explain that the Ruach HaTumah, it's not a physical dirtiness that we're talking about now, it's a spiritual impurity, Tumah. To get rid of that, you wash your hands. Then there is a third reason that we should only wash our hands in the morning. And that is because just like the Kohen starts the Avodah off in the morning, he washes his hands by the Kir, so to every day we wake up in the morning and Hashem gave us back in the Shema, and we have a new day to serve Hashem, we are like a Kohen. This is our day of Avodah Hashem. We wash our hands before we serve Hashem that day. And that's also only in the morning. That's what he adds on. The Skadesh B'Kedusha Mokim is already a third reason. It's a Kedusha. According to the earlier reason of Mitzad the Ruach HaTumah that you have, you're just trying to get rid of the Ruach HaTumah. You're not bringing a Kedusha upon yourself. Trying to get rid of something bad. You're not bringing Kedusha. And from inside the reason of Koyin, Kadesh Bekir, Asher Kitshanu, the Ina Kedusha we're bringing upon yourself.
Let's say a coin was up the whole night.
You have Netilas by your bed, and for some reason you didn't use it because you went to the bathroom, whatever. Can you keep it a whole day and use it the next day?
Chayda,
It doesn't become tamei.
Chayda. And some people they like to cover the Negavasi at night.
Because they don't want the glass of the telephone to fall into it.
Practical.
What came up from this halacha that if somebody was up the whole night and he wanted to have a check, if he doesn't have to wash his hands before. Tuma did not went into him, it was up. But we do anyway, even if you're up the whole night, we wash and it's until I say that.
It's a good point. It's a good point.
We see all the brachas, whatever.
Just so that.
If you didn't sleep at all.
No.
If you didn't sleep at all.
You said the old brachas in the morning also, that even though you already dressed and everything from last night, nevertheless, still do the old bracha.
It's a good question. It's a good child.
No, I'm sorry.
You're asking a good child.
No, practice we do. We do make a bracha.
What's the reason for it? You have to understand. Based on all the reasons here, it's hard to understand. The one thing you could say is,
Like
you
the
know,
Kohen.
Koyin.
No matter what, the Kohen sleep or not, you come into bed and use first thing, wash your hands and feet.
All right.
You go to Silver Shem, you're going to daven, watch it. No matter what happens. בכל מקום.
Now, okay. The question that you're asking is not sure why the thing is moving, kind of. The video screen keeps moving. I'm not sure what it is.
Cyber Monday?
It's like moving around. I'm not sure.
Somebody moving from his side.
Is your phone moving maybe in your pocket or something?
Very good.
I'm not sure. No, it's not moving. Right here. See, it's like moving around.
No idea.
Some type of setting, maybe. I don't know what it is.
Or maybe it's open by your house and it's shaking over there.
What?
It's open by your house and it's shaking over there.
You also, no, it's a different field, it's a different,
Okay, so Gabi Yoshaila,
different zone.
yeah. Al Pi Din and Shulchan Aruch, the answer to your question is that we washed our hands, but we don't make a bracha. That's the formal answer. That is what you said from the minig, but Shulchan Aruch,
That's what Shulchan
Shulchan Aruch is you wash, but you don't make a bracha. The reason why you wash, why should I wash? You're up a whole night. Because possibly when Chazal were misakin until Shachar in the morning, once they made it, they not necessarily were going to differentiate whether you were up, you weren't up. In the morning, you wash hands.
It's like a coin.
So therefore, could be you could even make with a bracha, but we're not sure. Maybe because you were up a whole night, you're not chayiv. So therefore, because of the suffix, wash without a bracha.
But Lamaisa we do all that.
According to the Igas of the Rebbe, for certain people, there's still a hate to make, but not what happened. Okay, so Lamaisa.
He was up the whole night. What's his name? From Haifa, Ruben Dunin.
Hmm.
And he had a permission to go to the Rebbe anytime he wanted. So it was like already light outside. And he told the Rebbe, I didn't say Kiyash Meshlamit, but Shaidu. So the Rebbe told him, go to your room, close the window shade, and say, but you must come back to Tafsiris in time. It's your problem, you didn't sleep the night.
So let's continue. We are holding on page Aleph, 3 lines from the bottom. Mikol Makim Roy Lochosh Gam L'Svara Rishoyno. Now,
Talking about Mincha Maariv.
yeah, we still should be concerned for the first opinion that says that you should wash your hands if they're dirty, even for Mincha Maariv, but don't make a bracha. Ad mil. According to the other opinion, it has nothing to do with tefillah, do with the morning dafke. So you don't make a bracha. You don't have to. We're makel with mincha ma'ide that you don't need to wash with a keli. You could stick your hands into the bowl, into the kvart, and rub your hands around. Even if that kvart is not a complete kvart, doesn't have all the halachas of a keli. Feel ma'in shebekarka, even water in the ground, so it's not even in a keli b'chlal. You don't have a revius of water, all the halachas. Even it would be possible. So according to the first opinion, the reason why you're washing before davening is not because of an impurity, because it's because of dirtiness and the koyin. It's a practical thing. You need to wash it off. It doesn't matter if you have a kvart, you don't have a kvart. Ain't so the kli, v'loy keichanesa, not to be poured on by a human being. V'loy mayim shadim, v'loy shard v'adam ma'akir this time. So not any of the other halachas that are ma'akir from the Netilas Yadayim. Atzarech litol ad perek k'moi l'suda. Dahainu ad chibretz bois l'kaf hayad. B'svar rishoyna sheb'soysim kusamachalav. However, however, you still should wash and clean your hands up until the palm, not including the palm, your fingers. Okay, lots is gam. There's another opinion. There's two opinions in Hilchos Netilas Yadayim before you wash your hands for bread. One opinion says that you wash your hands until your knuckles. The other hand says you wash till your wrist. Machlokes. We're a machmer to do it until your wrist. Yom Kippur, we only do until the knuckles. Says the Alter Rebbe, when it comes to washing before Mincha Ma'ariv, without a bracha, you should wash your hands. You don't need to vacate anything. Just wash them till your knuckles. There's a sheet that holds till your wrist, and for that, you can take some of the water. You go like this. You see people; they put their fingers underneath the water, underneath the tap before Mincha Ma'ariv. They don't take a kvar to wash it. They put their fingers under. They put some water in, and then they go like this, all around the hand. That's exactly what we learned here. Yikach oid mat mayim b'chape, perfectly fine. Yishafshiv kapas yadayim bezu bezu lenakis l'kayim ereches b'nekayim kapoy.
Just wipe it?
The Rebbe himself, his personal minig was that he used a kvart and he washed properly like you would do before shachris, like do negavasa wash before. However, most people did not do that. Most chassidim even, they will go to the sink, take a little water, and you pour some water on your fingers, and you take the water in your hands and you rub it all around. So your hands are clean before you daven. Someone told me there's a shul somewhere, maybe in Borough Park, a Chassidish shul somewhere, where they have this little thing in the shul that is like it's not even like a faucet.
Like a soap, like a soap.
It's something they stick a little, and so a little water comes out, and the Shema Shabbos has it like that.
Like a soap dish, they put the hand in soap down. What's his name? Raichik told me that he's Zaidi. I had a friend, Rabbi Raichik has a friend, Mendel Potovas. So he was in Los Angeles, helping to collect money in the summer. So he catch any money. He said, if you do me a favor, give me a ride to San Francisco. Lake Francisco is 3 hours drive. But when he asks you, middle of the highway, he said, I need a bathroom. I said, yeah, but we'll have to wait till we have exit to, you can't stop on the highway. Dangerous. Okay, it's your problem. We're going to make the car wet. Old people can't hold themselves. So they had no choice. So they went outside and did a shirata. They came back, he said, we don't go into the car. I said, why not? We have water to wash our hands. We don't have water. He said, the only way I could do is I open the wishes in the phone and I press the button, the spritz. So you see these two people go like this. This is
a good story.
No, but I'm trying to say that you need to wash your hand. But
you have to remember the windshield wipers. Get water out from there. Yeah, so this is the Iker Halacha.
Now, these people just wash a little bit like this. They have to wipe their hands with towel or something, or they can just leave it.
It dries up, it's very little.
I didn't see people looking for towels or paper.
It's so little, it's just okay.
Ask me if it's a quarter to Lafka quote. If you in the sink and you have a quote, do it. If not,
that's what he said to you.
Don't stop, let's say Chapamech or something, don't stop because of that. Don't look for it. If it's there,
yes, this is the din. You see here clearly the halacha And now,
Base.
base. V'gam b'Talmud. Is hiru al ruach tumazu asher yadayim. Amru she'ene veres ad she'ito gimel pamim b'tzirugin.
Talking about the
The
morning.
Gemara as well, aside for the Zohar, we mentioned this earlier also, the Gemara itself in Shabbos Daf Kuf Tes also discusses the idea that there is a Ruach Hatuma that rests upon your hands in the morning. And Chazal say it doesn't go off until you wash your hands 3 times, not consecutively like we do for bread. One, like this, one each hand. And that's the way that tuma goes off. It's not something we can understand. It's something ruchnistic thing.
I guess consecutive or alternatively.
Alternatively, right. The sirugin. The gam is hiru ma'oid. Chazal also in that Gemara cautioned us very much. Sheliga biyad koidemeti. In the morning, you shouldn't touch with your hands. Touch your hands before loyla ayin, loyla oizen, loyla choitem, loyla peh, loyla piyat abas, v'loy mokim akoz hadam, v'loy la'amo kegoy ma'ator l'mayla, v'lotzorich zibug, v'loy l'mayin shebegigis hamuchanim l'tizayim b'chom beisi shli tamim yadav. In the morning, you shouldn't touch any of these open areas in your body. It actually doesn't say clearly not to touch your body itself, but not to touch eyes, ears, nose, mouth, like openings. Piatabas, not a place where it had a cousin, like a wound of a cousin's hadam. They used to bloodletting. Person should not touch the top of his bris. I'm sorry, the bottom of the bris. But it's Tzorech Zibug. Not, and also not to touch the water that's prepared for Netilas Yadayim for other people, the family members. Not to make that hands that tummy. V'chein yizar ma'oid v'shas Netilas Yadayim hakli shleyiga b'mayim toich hakli v'tamim. As you're washing yourself with this negavas in the morning, don't make that water tummy. Put your finger in there and then make that water tummy.
Don't hold it clear like this.
Don't make
Hold
it tummy.
from outside.
Just by putting your finger in there, it's not going to make a tar. The only way this umma goes off is by pouring it, b'shvicha. We definitely should not touch food before you wash your hands. One should be careful, even with the women that are preparing food. Remind them, did you wash your hands in the morning? Make sure.
In the matzah bakery, when you heard before Pesach Halal, Bukhari and women, doing the matzah, so the first thing that they come, they force them to Netilas Yadayim.
They tell them to do it, yeah?
Force them.
You seen them doing it?
Mishgiach, this is his job. You're coming in, you have to wash your hands.
That's
That's the halacha over here.
Is because of nida or because it's
You shouldn't.
No,
wake
no,
up in the
this
morning,
halacha
bake it,
here.
and then wash your hands.
This din right
Touch
here.
Food, and you're gonna make it matzah tomeh. So we want the matzah to be.
Shalei l'tamu. Well, in the Giyas Anochin Lachosh. However, when Goyim touch, it's not a problem. Why not? A Yid can't, but a Goy, good. Ki ruach tumazu ein mesav alishas el bekli shel kodesh. B'mokim kedusha. Shenestalka misham. Shen gufeis Yisrael kashem mishenim. Nishmasam hakedoshim mistalka gufim. The ruach hatuma is not running after the Goy. It's running after a place of the Yid where the Yid's kedusha left. The Yid's kedusha left the guf of the Yid. Hazai ruach hatuma shoira al gufam of the Yid. Kashama chezares leguf. Mistalekis ot mikol haguf. V'nish'eres ala yadayim bavad. Remains only on the hands.
so only the Yadayim is not to heroic when you get up.
Right. Because of this reason, people are noyig that little children that have not yet reached the age of chinuch, they're lenient with them touching food without washing their hands. Shegmar ve'ikir knis nefesh hakadosh ba'adam hu b'yikimol shalom yechel azachar b'beizin lekeva. It was when someone turns 13 or 12, if you're a girl, why is the age 13, 12 special? That is when your neshama fully enters the body. You have a full, complete neshama when you turn 13. That's why you're obligated in mitzvahs. And that's why you're also obligated in punishments. When does the neshama start to come into the person? Through the chinuch. When you're educating someone Torah mitzvahs as he's doing Torah mitzvahs, even as a child, that starts bringing the kedusha into him, but it's not fully there until he turns 13 or 12. The gam in the parentheses we have here another opinion. The gam and mitzvahs milah. In the parentheses, the Alter Rebbe says that the neshama also already starts really earlier to come in, after the bris. L'chein hanizer gias koten miyom milah ve'elach kodesh yom eloi. Someone is careful. That child is already after 8 days old. Shouldn't touch any food. Kodesh yom eloi. He's called a holy. Called holy. Such a level that you're ready. Careful from the time of bris milah. It's already Kaddish Yomila. It's called holy. However, from the age of chinuch, one definitely has to be careful to wash their hands in the morning before they touch food, not to make everything tummy. I want to tell you something interesting that my parents over the years lived next door to Rav Pam, Rosh Hashiva and Tervadas, Shalom. So he would always come to the family simchas. And if he couldn't make it, he would write a letter and send over a gift. So he would always knew that we as Chabadniks, so we were into the Alter Rebbe Shulchan Aruch. So when it came to the bris, he would mention this Alter Rebbe over here that we just read, that by the bris is the starting of the kedusha coming in the shama. And by the bar mitzvah, he'd always write what the Alter Rebbe writes, that is when the shama completely comes in. So you quote the Shulchan Aruch Harav. That was.
I once read that the Rebbe's mother used to wash his hands until like Yadayim when he was a baby even.
So it was based on this Kaddish Yomelai,
More than it.
even from Mila.
Before she was nursing him.
I guess nursing is the food.
She was more than it. She was not before she was nursing him. She was for him.
Her hands.
Her own hands, you're saying.
That was an extra kedusha.
Yeah. So, by the way, this is important, by the way, to the Mashgichim here. Mashgichim, they come to the stores and there are Yidden working there, that we should have them wash their hands in the morning. One time a day. One time a day, they should wash the kavart. I don't know if the Kashrus organizations say this.
Never asked for it.
So that's interesting, but there's an Indian that they should wash once a day. The Goyim, it's not a problem. But the Yidden who are touching the food, they're touching the food, give them the time of the food. So there's an Indian that they should wash their hands. I'm not saying it's not kosher, that's a shalom, but there's
Without
such
a
an Indian. I'm surprised that they don't say anything.
No, it's kacha. That's
No,
The only thing to say is when to collect the money.
today.
So when they ask about the money, tell them about this.
Without a bracha, yeah?
Today, I don't think it's possible to even to mafia in this. It's just not.
You never know what's going on, right? As a personal person, it's hard to be makbid.
Yeah, like if I know
Someone's in a
right now
store.
that I know, I'm gonna be doing it every morning. Like I do other stuff every morning.
You could ask your mashgiach, but seemingly take a look what the Mishabruda says. We can take a look, but
Tell him my brother made a house in California in Long Beach. He was out there, like not a kosher hotel, but he bought a kosher. So he's sitting with my father, and my father said, "Give me some water." Went like this to the waiter, so he came. So could you please bring me some water? Like no. So why not? Just some water. So the mashgiach need to bless it first. They told him you don't touch nothing before the mashgiach touch.
Yeah.
My invitation.
now, before we go further, we just finished, by the way, the first four Samanim of Shulchan Aruch of Ashkamas HaBaker. Now we're going to go and start discussing brachas. Now, the next four Samanim of the Alter Rebbe are a different version of the same four. Meaning, what we just read was the Alter Rebbe had restarted to write the Shulchan Aruch again as like a second draft, second printing and changing things. So we only have the first four Samanim. Those are the four we read. The second four are also Aleph through Dalet. As you can see, it starts with Aleph through Dalet.
Yeah.
This is the first version that he had originally written. But right, Madura Tinyana, Madura Kama. So we read the Madura Tinyana, which is the final version. And then we're going to go on. So we're not going to go through the original version. However, Siman Hay starts off in Yana Brachas. Before to go to Siman Hay, I think it's Kedai. We take a look at the Siddur of the Alter Rebbe. Because in the Siddur of the Alter Rebbe, which is published after Shulchan Aruch, he consolidated the halachis and also made some changes to it. And that we'll find on page Taf Reish Hey, towards the ending of the Sefer, page Taf Reish Hey. Let's take a look. Page Taf Reish Hey starts with Hilchos Netilas Shachris. You see?
What is this?
This is the Siddur of the Alter Rebbe. It's called Piskei HaSiddur. The Alter Rebbe, like other Gedolei Yisrael, he didn't just publish a Shulchan Aruch, he published a Siddur, a Nusach HaSiddur, which he refined and collected to perfect a Nusach. It was a Nusach based on Arizal's Nusach, a Nusach, his own Nusach. And when he was worked on the Nusach, he also added in, like every Siddur has in it, halachas, that are necessary halachas that you find within your Siddur. He added halachas in. Very often, these halachas he added things that he did not write in the Shulchan Aruch, or he changed things from what he wrote in the Shulchan Aruch. So the Siddur is the final product. If he discussed it in the Siddur, and he discussed it in the Shulchan Aruch, and there's a variance, we follow the Siddur because that was later. So over here on page Taf Reish Hey, the ending of the Sefer, in the middle of the page, Hilchos Netilas Shachris. When you say Maida Ani, there is no name of Hashem there. You're allowed to say it on your bed, your hands, you haven't washed it yet. You could say Maida Ani. There's no shame Hashem there. A person's is not allowed to mention brachis or Torah till you wash your hands. You're allowed to think Torah on your bed. You could think thoughts of Torah before you wash your hands. It's okay. Someone who slept with clothing, which today also people wear pajamas, then they used to sleep without clothing on. They went to sleep under the covers. The concept of pajamas is more of some sort of more modern day concept. I'm not sure exactly what stage in history and what culture when it started, but the idea of having a separate set of clothes for going to bed, Amal, that was unheard of. You took off your clothing, you went under the blanket. Your blanket's covering you. So, however, what happened? Someone slept with his clothing. Mishi Yashim al Mushav. He went sleeping with his clothing on. Me'acha sheyachali shalei nagu yad mekayim some chusim shel gufish daklis chusim lo'ilam. Yistam yad v'elu kshelis las Hashem b'barach z'david v'tem dinat talmud. Ve'in tzarech leim libe mash busha kain netila v'shiruach ra shere aleim. So if someone went to sleep with clothing on, and today he went to sleep with all his pajamas on, why should we suspect his hands touched somewhere that was covered if he's covered up? He's not sleeping naked. He's covered up. So really, from the Dinat Talmud, we look into the Gemara. It seems a person could wake up in the morning, he could start saying brachas right away. Your hands are clean. You were covered. You weren't touching anything. You were covered all night. However, b'zoyar, ichmiru moed shel haska Hashem brachas. The Zayar went to another step. You should not mention the Abish's name. Not learning, don't touch your clothing. While your Ruach Hatuma is on your hands before you wash your hands. So even though you're in pajamas, the Zayar still says it's an issue of Ruach Hatuma here. Like we learned earlier, there's something else besides for touching private parts in your body. That's not an issue now you were in pajamas. You have another issue over here. That you have Ruach Hatum on your hands. What happens? You wake up at night, you don't have water. Especially those days, there was no running water. You don't have water. You should not say, "Oh, I can't learn now. I can't learn, so I'm going to sit around. I'm a battled sight because I can't learn because I didn't wash my hands." Then we tell you, don't go like the Zohar. Don't go take the Zohar, exempt yourself. I don't have to learn. The Zohar says you can't learn Ruach HaTumah. No, that's when you have water in front of you. The Zohar is telling you, wash your hands and then learn and say brachas. However, if you don't have water available, don't sit around the whole night because you woke up early and say, "Oh, I'm not going to have water till the morning, so therefore I don't have to learn." No, learn. Wipe your hands on something and start learning. They don't give you that leniency. Rak Yizar, however, even though you are learning now, you don't have water. Yizar Shleidika La'ayin V'Lil Oizen V'Loi L'Choitim V'Loi L'Peh V'Loi L'Amok V'Tel L'Mayla V'Tzarech Zivug. You should not touch all these places of your body. V'chein Yizar Shaloi Yiga B'Mayim Toich HaKli. V'Yitamim, also don't touch the water. Kol Shkish Nizamim Shaliga V'Shum Meichel V'Mashke Shaloi Tamam. So the hazas and noshim b'yoyis toituk and machal meyadim. This we learned already in the Shulchan Aruch. Be careful. By the way, it does seem from here that touching the water, putting your finger in the water at night before you went to sleep, your finger went into the water. It doesn't seem like the water becomes tummy. It's an issue in the morning. Once your hands have that ruach hatum on it, and you put your finger in the water, now you matama the water. But if the night before, when your fingers are not tummy, you touch the water, it doesn't say here that's tummy the water.
Maybe that's the reason some people cover it in case you touch it in the middle of the night while sleeping.
Maybe. How should you wash your hands? Say the Netilas. Taf Reish Vav. L'chatchila yitul yada yitul kli malei mayim b'minoi. Pick up in your right hand a cup full of water. Yitnana b'mina l'smailei. Put it from your right hand to your left hand. And then pour on your right hand. We always give chashivas to the yamin. So pick it up with your right hand. You start off with your right hand. Give it to your left. On your left, you pour on your right. So you picked it up with your right first. You pour it on your right first. Very careful to wash alternatively. Alternate between the hands. Hachiyito gimel pa'am bisrogin. V'gam lito kol perakaf ayad at chiburi. In the morning, you should wash till your wrist. V'kana azraya. Ki ad sham atumas v'shvayidayim. Until there, the tumah
Talking about
goes
those,
to the wrist. Ein l'mayim rabim kol kach litul ado. Gimel pam keroi. What happens? I don't have a lot of water. I don't have a lot of water. I can't wash 3 times. Loita pam achas. 1 time. Do it. V'yivarech al tzidayim. And you can make a bracha. Ki a bracha. Le'nisakna b'mishvil avaras hatumah yada b'vad. Sheskash d'shlosh HaKadosh Baruch Hu lahavar hatumah yada v'ayidei zrikas mayim toirim min hakli koinim HaKadosh min hakir. It's also in order to like a koyin,
exactly.
to mekadosh your hands. L'kach mavarach shekitshanu. L'kiddush yadayim time machas. The koyin didn't have to wash 3 times. 1 time was enough. So don't say, "Oh, I can't do 3. I'm not going to do anything." No, if you can't do 3, do 1 time. Kol matzar zar shlishbech levis al shtei yadu ka'achas. Sheneitel yada v'lapam achas.
Please.
At least an avius on each hand. Are we going to stop here? We have a minyan.
Exactly that. Yeah.
For Bachuch, so.
Thank you.
Later on, he discusses your shaila if you're up on it.
We need a minion.
We are number 10.
I'm number 10. What would be your Very good.
Thank you for joining, David, Pinchas, Rabbi Davis.
Very interesting.
Thank you, everyone, for joining.
Hiya, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Zaina Gutava.
Very interesting. The first
Third, I was right by the way.
celebrate Gimel Galad and then